that ultimately Lordi have got a problem with mixed images. I mean, on one side you've got these really nice people chilling out in costumes in an interview in a tiny little room making jokes about pop stars. Meanwhile, you've got them on stage pretending they're monsters. And then you've got Mr. Lordi talking about Kiss, Twisted Sister, Wasp, and the list goes on.
And you actually bring up a really interesting point, consistency. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of cane from this from the Lordi fans, but GWAR have been consistent for over 25 years with what they've done. It's a stupid shtick, but it works. What are they? They're galactic aliens who live in Antarctica, smoke, crack, and dismember celebrities. And they've been consistent with that, at least. They've, for better or for worse, kept to that idea. But with Lordi, it's because you have albums like Get Heavy and The Monsteric and Drain, where it's like, okay, we're going to be monsters. And then you have albums like The Aeroclips and Babes for Breakfast, where it's like, no, screw it, we're just people in costumes, kind of like. And then you have Deadache, which falls a little bit uncomfortably between those two, because it's like, okay, are these guys still taking themselves seriously as monsters? Is this just a costume shtick? And that's what it feels like, because back in the day, Lordi wouldn't even talk to the audience. He would just grunt and kind of laugh and, you know, give a little mean glare or something, which might fall poor on audience interaction, but actually fit the monster personas they were doing.
I think that ultimately, you know, it's just kind of sad. I mean, GWAR, in all honesty, GWAR, whatever the fuck it is, I don't really give a shit. I think that, in all honesty, they are a more respectable outfit in terms of thematics and what they're doing. I mean, GWAR seem to... If you watch a GWAR interview, they talk like they're monsters. And I remember how just annoyed I was when in that one interview about GWAR, Mr. Lordi did, he said, you know, he thinks Odorous, he thinks he's such a monster, but he's a secret. He's not. And I just responded with, you should be pretending you're a monster. In the end, what are these costumes now doing? You think about it, all they are just ways to make them look a little bit more imposing. Ultimately, they're doing nothing more than just talking.
The thing is, the new costumes, although very detailed, they're not really imposing. I look at how I don't see horror. I see 80s era chick gone bad on a bad hair day, which doesn't really strike the element of fear and horror and kind of, you know, beast style monster madness that Lordi usually carry with them. It kind of feels like, oh, okay, it feels like a kind of Bill and Ted movie where they're like traveling through eras picking up stuff, and it's like, hey, look at us, we're so cool now.
It's just, the thing is, I think they were trying to act upon the recent trend of 80s nostalgia, which is basically every decade we go back 20 years for nostalgia. In this case, it's 30 years back to the 80s, and, you know, just because other people in a small group of people are nostalgic for the 80s does not mean the mass market is going to be. I mean, Finland has got ultimately quite a fresh musical scene, but Lordi seem to be part of a, you know, void that seems to be bugging down Finland from becoming this world of amazing music. It's just, worldwide, Finland is not very well known. And I think that Lordi are part of the reason. People think they're all like Lordi.
And it's ironic because when you listen to Lordi's music, I don't really hear any Finnish influence at all. I remember they said that they're the most American-sounding band, and I'd agree because if you didn't know that Lordi was from Finland, and if you listened to them, Finland would not be my first country of choice. I would say the States or some kind, probably I'd probably say the States because their music is so similar, downright even in some strange way unconsciously plagiarizing what they're doing with their idols, that it kind of gets mixed together with this is a little difficult to explain, but they're kind of subconsciously ripping off their idols is what I feel.
I completely agree.
That's what I think I'm trying to say, is that even though I think they're not doing it intentionally, Mr. Lordi, through his love of Greed Simmons, Twisted Sister, Accept, Wasp, and Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, and all those bands, it's like he's sort of reverting, taking their ideas, and running with that, but not really adding too much of his own kind of personal flair or touch. And essentially, it almost feels like Quentin Tarantino, who I don't really consider a film director because he doesn't really direct. He takes scenes from his personal favorite cult movies and he kind of mirrors that on screen. That's what I feel what it's kind of becoming.
I think that's pretty much exactly what Lordi are now. The thing is, Monster Can Dream gets heavy. You know, even at the start of the Apocalypse, they did still claim to be real monsters, and Kiss never did that. Gene Simmons never really claimed to actually be a demon. Alice Cooper never actually claimed to be whatever Alice Cooper is meant to be. I don't really know. And, you know, Blackie Lawless never really claimed to actually be raping a nun. He still did it. And that's, you know, it's just, ultimately, Lordi have stopped pretending that they are these monsters. The only real original, you know, interesting part of their outfit for an audience. And they've just decided, no, we're just wearing costumes. And on Lordi's Slaughterhouse, when he posts videos of the masks on the desks, and it's just sad.
I've never actually seen that because I don't even. That's for like the iTouch or something, I guess. Lordi Slaughterhouse. Because I've never actually seen any videos from the Lordi Slaughterhouse, so I can't really comment or agree because I think that's only for like the iTouch or something, like an application of sorts. Or am I wrong?
Well, basically, you can actually go onto Lordi's main website, and you can click a button there, and you can go watch videos that have been uploaded, and you know, you can do it on a normal computer, but in all honesty, unless you want to just start spitting flames and going around shooting puppies and that kind of shit, I wouldn't bother. Honestly, every time I see another video of Mr. Lordi talking about his mass, I want to stomp on a kitten.
Well, that kind of it's kind of like seeing a magic show, and then you go behind the scenes and you see how the magician explains his tricks, and it takes away all the fun because the next time you see him, it's like, oh, I know how this trick works, and that I think in a way takes away the fun of and maybe mystery. I think mystery is the key word here that this band had originally, which was all the more interesting that, you know, you didn't know how they looked like. These guys could be anyone. For all I know, these guys could be my next door neighbor, and how they ran with the monster theme, literally. And now, when I think if you see them preparing the mask and everything, it's kind of like it takes away the overall magic and mystery that the band had, I think, in my opinion.
I completely agree. Simple as that, really. So, I guess that's it, really.
I think so too. Let's actually check. We've been recording for 1 hour and 41 minutes now.
That's a fair record.
Excellent.
Well, shall we stop?
Shall I stop recording now, I suppose? I guess we'll just sign this off. This is Nightmare Wings Hell.
And I am the Baron.
And you are watching Fanatic TV.